Hello, welcome to this video introduction to SureDrop, the secure file sharing and collaboration tool from Senetas. My name is Julian Fay, I'm the CTO at Senetas, and during this short video I'm going to walk through the SureDrop solution, show you the user interface, and explain why SureDrop is the most secure online file storage for governments, enterprise and commercial customers. Today, of course, there are many well-known file collaboration products. They promise the ability to work anywhere with anyone on any device, so you might think you were spoilt for choice. Unfortunately, the reality is quite different, and while popular solutions like Dropbox, Box, OneDrive or Google Drive all offer a level of security, for many organizations it simply isn't enough to satisfy their demand for high assurance data protection. The comment on this slide, for example, came from many conversations I've had with government CIOs who have embraced flexible working practices but are still frustrated with their ability to easily and most importantly securely share the information that they need to. There is an increasing demand for applications that allow remote users to share, sync and collaborate securely with colleagues, customers and suppliers. Over the last decade, in fact, this demand has grown because our digital data storage is undergoing huge growth. This growth includes both structured data, for example databases and spreadsheets, as well as unstructured data such as emails, Word documents, PDF or audio and video files. The volume of unstructured data has exploded over the past decade and a half, and according to IDC research, digital data will continue to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 42% through 2020. A wide gap is now emerging between our ability to generate data blazingly fast and our ability to store it securely. Here are some simple examples of the sort of data that is now routinely shared in normal enterprise and government operations. We're well beyond the ability of email to handle data of this sort, and we know from practical experience that many organizations are still relying on physically couriering data around in portable media, such as USB sticks, which is neither scalable nor secure, and sticking with this status quo is no longer possible. SureDrop was built to address this exact problem, not just a place to store data, but to provide the security and compliance features that enterprise and government needs, with flexible deployment options and the ability to meet data residency requirements. SureDrop provides the usability, familiarity, and convenience of the well-known solutions, but with best-in-class security. So what does best-in-class security actually mean? Well, firstly, it means that all stored data is encrypted at all times. It means the ability to take ownership of your encryption keys and the option to store them in FIPS-certified hardware security modules. It means enhanced privacy protection through built-in data anonymization. So all files in SureDrop are broken into fragments and securely distributed around the storage mesh, none of them identified by name. And it also means enterprise features such as role-based access and full Active Directory integration. Let's have a look at an example of a typical deployment with a large service provider. SureDrop clients are a mix of financial institutions, government agencies, professional services organizations, telecommunications service providers, and major commercial businesses. They all have one thing in common. They are concerned about the inherent risks associated with sharing documents outside of their protected environment. Service providers can simply add SureDrop as an additional security component to their portfolio, delivering groundbreaking document protection as a service. The example use case shown here is for a national government, where multiple agencies all have a requirement to share highly sensitive information. To meet this requirement, SureDrop is integrated into the service provider's secure cloud computing environment and is accessible by federal, state and local government agencies. The use cases addressed include the simple sharing of information within a single geographically dispersed agency, as well as sharing between different agencies who have completely separate IT and compute environments and whose only collaboration options may be email or physical media sharing, and between agencies and related third parties, many of whom may be international bodies such as other governments, the World Health Organization, NATO, or the UN, for example. The use cases we've come across are very interesting and include sharing of medical trial information, sensitive defense and policy data, and other examples such as large engineering schematics that need to be securely distributed but are much too big for email. The service provider cloud hosting is just one deployment model. SureDrop is very versatile and provides many other approaches listed here. These range from full local hosting to public cloud or hybrid deployment options. SureDrop has a fully redundant storage infrastructure that can be configured to keep up to 10 copies of every file. Files can be stored remotely in different locations as backups or simply for caching purposes, all under your control. Whatever configuration is chosen, SureDrop is disaster recovery compliant, straight out of the box. Here's an example of a locally hosted option showing how SureDrop servers can integrate into an existing IT infrastructure. Because SureDrop is built on well-known technology stacks, it's very easy to deploy into a standard on-premises environment using pre-provisioned virtual machines. Users interface with SureDrop through a modern web app or via a thick client integrated into the Windows desktop. Users are authenticated using Active Directory via LDAP or using a simple password with optional two-factor authentication. SureDrop automatically manages file versions and conflict resolution. You can store as many previous versions of a document as the business needs, with the ability to retrieve deleted files. Any version of any document can be retrieved. SureDrop can also generate customized reports showing all activity in the system. Every file change is logged and recorded, so you also know who edited what document when. And built-in support for the industry standard ICAP interface allows easy integration into virus scanning, data sanitization, and content filtering tools if required. The SureDrop web application is instantly familiar and intuitive. It supports features such as simple drag and drop for file uploads and has a modern responsive web design that scales automatically for PCs, laptops, phones, and tablet screens. The SureDrop interface is also fully customizable and brandable. This includes both the interface itself as well as system-generated emails, such as invitations sent to new users. SureDrop employs role-based user access to facilitate security administration and enforce system access control as required. Users are enrolled into one or more groups. A group is a community of interest which allows collaboration between group members on a need-to-know basis. Examples of groups in a large organizations might include finance, sales, marketing, engineering, etc. In addition to selective group access, users are assigned a role with defined privileges within the system. This capability ensures that users have access only to the information that they need and nothing more, which keeps both them and the system safe. User accounts can be administered easily through Active Directory integration or using the built-in administrator console. Managing users couldn't be easier. You can automatically provision new users when they join the organization and deactivate them when they leave. There are many file sharing solutions on the market, but not all solutions are the same. SureDrop enables the convenience and productivity of file sharing without compromising on security. SureDrop represents a new way to enjoy secure file sharing and has been designed from the ground up to deliver the best experience and collaboration for organizations that take security seriously. Our focus has been on delivering a service that meets the needs of large commercial and government organizations who are required to frequently share sensitive and confidential information. If you have strong security policies around file storage, synchronization and sharing, but still need the productivity benefits of a fully featured collaboration solution, you should consider SureDrop.